Hello beautiful people, welcome and welcome back. My name is Deandra if you are new here, and this is a comparison video. I don't do enough of these, and if you guys have any requests about bags that you would want me to compare with one another, I'll do it, and definitely put it down below. However, I decided to do this video because I felt like these two bags have a lot of similarities, and that is the Coach Nolita and the Tabby Wristlet. So a little story time before I even made a purchase. What kind of solidified my reasoning as to buying the Tabby Wristlet, I just want to explain that to you guys. I was actually going out for the weekend, like a little overnight trip, and I brought my Dragon Diffusion tote as like a little overnight bag and stuff, and then I carried my Coach Nolita as like a small bag if I was just knocking about, going for brunch, whatever. I had something that I didn't have to carry a tote. Every time that I bring out this bag, I'm reminded of how practical and versatile it is, and honestly I love it. And when I was there with it, I was like, I wish I had it in another color, but honestly I only like the Coach Nolitas in the quilted versions. I don't like the regular ones. And then I came home and I saw Dee Bean's video about her collaboration with Yoda style, and her bag that she chose was the wristlet. And as I'm looking at it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I think this is my Coach Nolita in a lighter version. So this is my Coach Nolita in the 19 quilted version. This is only one. I only have one Nolita in my closet. I don't really think I need another one unless Coach comes out with the same 19 quilted in different colors and it speaks to me. This was a Coach outlet purchase. I don't believe the Nolitas are retail at all. If I am wrong, please correct me, but I'm not going to lie, the quilted versions of their Nolitas are superb, and I think honestly it can be retail if they really chose to do so, but I like that they give affordable options to those, you know, who want to have a style for less. So the Coach Nolita 19 is 7 3/4 in length, it is 4 3/4 in height, and 2 inches in depth at the largest portion. Of course, it tapers up at the top. It is a zipper top closure. It's not like a push pin lock like the Tabby, and the zipper is really good. I have no issues with this whatsoever. You do have 2 D-rings, one that kind of has a little hand tag here, and of course you have your little Coach tag as well there. Now in the interior, let me take out, because I did buy a crossbody strap because it does not come with a crossbody strap. Quilted Nolitas are the only ones that has a chain strap. The leather ones does not. So just bear that in mind if that's something that you care about. The chain strap that it comes with is attached on one end, and this part has a lobster clasp that can go to this side if you choose, so which I prefer to wear it that way, so it's like a little top handle type of situation, or crook of your arm. I love them both, and I normally wear it that way. You do also have the choice of just putting it solely on one end and wearing it as a wristlet. So that's why I realized that the Coach Tabby would do so good, because I had this bag. I have the bag essentially already, just in a different quilted version and a different kind of setup in a sense, okay? Inside is kind of hard to tell because it is black fabric, but as you can see here, you have a pocket. I still have the cards that it came with stored in here. So you have a slip pocket there, and on that slip pocket, if memory serves me right, no, on the other side, you have 2 card slots, and that's that. But for the most part, other than that, it's an open pocket, okay? No dividers, no nothing. This is the Tabby Wristlet. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen lots of different videos on the Tabbies. However, the wristlet version doesn't have any of the grommets or holes up at the top where the shoulder strap can be adjusted to a long shoulder strap or a crossbody strap. That's the main difference. They have D-rings at the sides in which the crossbody or the wristlet can be brought onto. The Tabby has 7 1/4 inches in length, 4 1/4 inches in height, and 1 3/4 in depth. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller in depth, but it does not taper up at the top. And this one is the only one that has a back pocket. I've already checked, this does not fit my phone. With the interior, I did do an unboxing on this. This is the interior. It's pretty spacious, to be honest. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, I didn't like that there was a divider. But what I was reminded when using this bag, that I don't really put a lot into this, so what this will fit will kind of mirror what this fits, and I'll do what fits in it so you can see the full comparison as well. Now it does come with your crossbody strap and your wristlet and so forth, which I just keep stuffed inside. Now I'm going to put them side by side so you can kind of see how they both look. Obviously the Nolita is a little bit taller. I already read the dimensions, but it is a bit taller and a slight bit wider. And at the bottom, as you can see, is pretty much the same size, right? The size of it at the side, although the Tabby is smaller in depth. It is smaller in depth towards the bottom, but the Nolita concaves up at the top, so it appears that the Tabby is bigger in width, but it's not really completely throughout the whole entire bag, okay? So if you like the Coach Nolitas, right, and you wanted a different color to that, because I've not seen the quilted Nolitas out again since they have been released. Unless I'm living under a rock and I have not seen them, I personally have not seen them. So if you want something similar to it and you want a quilted bag, the Tabby wristlets, the quilted Tabby wristlets rather, are for you, and I think they would suit the boat really nice. And obviously I got the two colors that I got was a nice neutrals, so they can work either way. I'm not gonna lie, the Nolita can fit a lot more. Even though it concaves up at the top, it fits a lot more, mainly because it doesn't have a divider. Also, I would say, although this bag, although it fits what I need, if I try to push the envelope just a little bit, this push lock mechanism that you have here, you see how it works? There's no buttons or anything to open it. I noticed if I push the envelope and what I can fit in here, it kind of locks. You can't open up the bag. Okay, and that's because you have too much pressure on it, and so it doesn't have that space to kind of unlock, if that makes any sense. So just that's something to bear in mind, because I thought it was defective and I'm just like, wait, hold up, I took out what I had in the back and so forth, and it was effortless ever since. But once I put it back in and stuffed it to the brim, nope, it went back to that same issue. So that's just something to bear in mind with this. I brought a few little essentials that I'm going to use to show what fits in both, but I do want to talk about one more thing. I want to talk about the textures of the two. Vivian Carlene did do a post talking about how she went in person in Dillard's to look at the quilted tabbies, and she was unhappy with how they felt. And a lot of people responded to her, and one person that I also follow and watch a lot, Millie Galier's comment stood out to me, and she mentioned that honestly she noticed that a lot of the lighter colors have that issue, and I feel like Vivian Carlene kind of expressed what I was feeling, and I couldn't pinpoint it, which was that it felt dry. At first I was just like, it felt rough. It made it feel as if like my hands had like calluses on them, if that makes any sense. It was still smooth, like when I go on it, it feels smooth. But I do have a lot of quilted bags, and I'm pretty particular of my quilted bags and so forth like that. You still feel the plushiness, so you're still getting that factor there. I was not disappointed in that factor at all. But especially in comparison to their outlet versions, this is so, and I think this is calf leather if I'm not mistaken. This is squishy just the same, but the texture on this is so smooth. It is so supple and soft and smooth, very smooth. It feels moisturized is what I'm trying to say. Okay, this one, I don't know if it's how they dyed it or whatever the case may be to get this type of color. I do feel a difference. This is Napa leather, not calf leather, so that could be another contributing factor. But it seems like I'm not the only one that has noticed this. Millie did also mention, because I asked her, you know, like, have you noticed this in other quilted products that you've had? And she said she's noticed this also in the Madison, in the lighter colors. It would have a more rougher texture. So it's not solely towards the tabbies. I'm just saying, I don't have, this is the only other quilted Coach purchase, so I don't have another Coach retail quilted purchase to compare it to. That's why I asked, and so I figured that was really interesting to note. So just bear that in mind about what you're going to feel from your bag. It's still going to be soft, it's still going to be puffy and have an experience, but it will feel not as smooth as you would like it to be. And honestly, I've been kind of rubbing my hands over it a little bit more, kind of having the natural oils from my fingers kind of go into it, and it's been getting a little bit better and better with time. Probably it's a mind thing, but I feel like it's getting a little bit better with time. Here is my phone. It fits in there, no issues. My wallet, my keys, my small bunch of keys. That is my essentials, and pretty much that's all that's going to fit in the tabby, but I can fit a little bit more. I have hand sanitizer. Okay, I have what is this? This is perfume and a lippy. Let's put that right in there, and there you go. And so that's what this is looking like, everything all in there. I have my hand sanitizer, a lippy, perfume, my phone, my wallet, and I think that's it. Hand sanitizer. All right, this is how it looks. There's no puffing, anything like that. It is a bit on the heavier side, but that's what you're gonna get when you put it, fill it to the brim, because this is to the brim. I do have a little bit more space right on top here that I can put something else if I really wanted to, but I feel this is a comforting stopping point because this is all that you would really need when you're going on your travels. Now, here is my crossbody strap. Because this chain is not removable because it's attached to this end, you're gonna have it dangle just like this. And there's a bag that kind of does this, I think from Louis Vuitton, and it's escaping me at the moment. It has like a little chain dropping action along with the crossbody strap. So I love this. I love this look a lot. It's like a bit edgy, but also cute at the same time. All right, so everything is taken out. I'm gonna put my phone in the back pocket because it just makes the most sense. And then I have this much room to work with for the rest of it. Now, for this, I think it would be best to take out your wallet. Like, just take out your cards that you will need for that night, because it's not gonna work without it that way, unless you do a slim card holder. So I put 2 cards up here, and you only have 2 card slots, but I think that should be quite sufficient. Here are my keys. Okay, there goes my keys. There goes my hand sanitizer. And I think that's all that's going to fit. Let me see if a lippy will fit in there. I think that would work, right? I think that would work. I don't think this will work. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. I try to put in a perfume as well. I put this hand sanitizer a little bit at an angle so I can put that in there. Let's see if it closes. Okay, it closes with a little bit of work. Let's see if it opens. See, that's what I'm talking about. I did stuff it. So this is what I'm talking about. It's locked in there. It's locked. Let's see if I can get it out. So I thought I was recording, but I really wasn't recording. So let me just let you know what I was talking about. I ended up taking out both a lippy and the perfume because honestly, it does not open up very well without it. Once you took it out, it was easier to take out 100%. Once I put it in, it gives a little bit more tug on here, and you don't want to be pulling on this tab at the bottom too much because I don't think that would wear very nicely. But yes, what I'm left with is just the essentials, which is my cards in the car slot, my keys, and my phone. And if you're in your car, which like me, I have my hand sanitizer and my lip gloss in the car, but the lippy for the day I would not have. So if I were to have this with me, this would be a little bit more of a must. So this will close, mind you, but it will tug a little bit. Oh, that one was a bit easier. Okay, sometimes it will give you a little bit of tug. So yes, I would be able to carry my lippy with this one. Okay, for the Nolita, it kind of hits a little bit further down. The crossbody strap that I got from Coach is not, it's a Coach brand strap. It's just, it goes a bit further down in comparison. However, it pretty much does the same thing, but honestly the Tabby fits a lot more comfortably on my body frame in comparison to the Nolita. Alrighty guys, I hope you found this informative. That is my comparison of the two bags. Honestly, I love them both. They both give different vibes, but I would say Coach did a really good job with the quilted Nolitas. I feel like if they do a more of an East-West version, that will kind of mimic the pochette accessoire from Louis Vuitton, I'll get it in a heartbeat. I'll get it in the canvas version too if they do that as well. But yes, I feel like they did a really good job with this one, especially because honestly, if you try to fit more into that one, the push lock mechanism starts to not work with you, mainly because you don't have that room to actually release it from the locking mechanism. But yes, I love this bag. The only thing I would say, the crossbody strap on me, I am 4'11". That crossbody strap works a lot better for me. And I would think that since this crossbody strap, I got it from Coach as well, it will be kind of the same length. It seems not to be. I kind of like the fact that they don't compete with each other because they are different colors, and so they kind of serve their own niche. The Tabby one does look a bit classier. This one is a little bit more day-to-day, everyday. But when I do have the chain dangling in front like so, it kind of elevates the bag just a smidget. I think that the chain in the front kind of gives it a little bit of a classier vibe. But yes, I love them both. So if you were curious, if you have the Coach Nolita 19 in the quilted version and you love it, definitely the Tabby wristlets are for you if you like that design as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are doing wonderful wherever you are, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.